live, on YouTube /myglendale, and on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire devices using a free app called ScreenWeave and choosing Glendale TV from the menu. Hearings are also archived on the city's website for viewing anytime at www.glendaleca.gov/agendas. For public comments and questions during the hearing, please call 818-937-8100. City staff will be submitting the questions and comments in real time to the appropriate person. Records of decisions for all projects will be posted online on the Planning Division's website. Please note that any appeal of a case heard today must be filed within 15 calendar days of the decision date. The appeal application is also available online. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read the description of the application request. I will then read the reports received from other city divisions and departments and any letters or communications from interested parties. The case planner will then make a brief presentation, an overview of the case, give analysis, and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward, stating both name and address, and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time period. Others in support of or in opposition to the application and other interested parties will then be asked to come forward to speak. Again, clearly stating both name and address, and their time limit would be 3 minutes. Lastly, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing arguments if desired, in response to the testimonies given by the preceding speakers. For rebuttals, there is a 5-minute time limit. The hearing will then be closed and the case taken under submission. If the evidence in the application and at the hearing meets the required variance, or in this case, a conditional use permit finding sent forth in the municipal code, then the project can either be approved or approved with conditions. If the findings of fact are not evident, then the request must be denied. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who responded to the public notice, either by speaking at the hearing or by submitting written responses and having provided their name and mailing address. Again, the date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. The decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 calendar days of the decision date. Anyone wishing to appeal may obtain forms and brochures on the procedures from Permit Services. The appeal form is also available online at www.glendaleca.gov. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to all property owners and occupants within 500 feet of the subject property. The site was physically posted, and the notice was placed in the local newspaper. If you wish to speak, and this would be to the members of the audience, please write your name and address on one of the speaker forms which have been provided by the table at the front door. I would also like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the planning hearing officer's hearing are recorded as part of the public record. We have one case on today's agenda. That is a conditional use permit, case number PCUP 2111133 for a project located at 936 East Colorado Street. The applicant is requesting approval of a conditional use permit to permit the continued operation of a massage establishment in the C3 Commercial Services Zone, subject to the standards listed in GMC 5.64, and the property is described as Lot 1, Block 13 of Miscellaneous Records, pages 19, or Book 19, page 31. The project is also exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act from CEQA as a Class 1 existing facilities per Section 15301E of the CEQA guidelines because the project involves no expansion of an existing use. That said, I will turn to the other interdepartmental comments. I know the city attorney's office provided comments. requiring compliance with the Chapter 5.64 of the Glendale Municipal Code in relation to massage establishments. That full access to the premises be made available to all City of Glendale representatives, such as Community Development Department, Neighborhood Services, Police, Fire, and standard conditions. Neighborhood Services has no active code enforcement cases on the property and provides no other comments. And the Glendale Police Department noted that within the last calendar year, there were no calls for police service at this location. So no issues in terms of calls for service from the police department. That said, I would like to turn the hearing over to Ms. Sadie Gropin for the staff's presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Zematitis and members of the public. My name is Sadie Gropin. I'm the case planner for this project. As Ms. Zematitis mentioned, the application under consideration is for the conditional use permit of a continued operation at 936 East Colorado Street, or otherwise known as Spring Massage Spa. The case number is PCUP 2111133, and it is exempt from CEQA as a Class 1 existing facility. The subject site has been under operation by at least 7 different business owners. However, it has been a massage establishment since 2012. Between the years 2008 and 2015, state law preempted cities from regulating massage establishments. And in 2016, the city adopted an ordinance that required existing legal non-conforming massage establishments to apply for a conditional use permit. And with that, in 2017, this subject site had received an approval for a CUP to allow massage establishment. And the CUP expired January 31st, 2022. The staff report demonstrates that the 4 required findings of fact for the conditional use permit have been made for this project. The first finding of fact relates to consistency with the general plan. The land use element designates this project site as community services area. And the subject site is located on the south side of East Colorado Street, with its vicinity having commercial uses such as retail, personal service, and restaurant. So this area is suitable for this type of use. Shown here is the floor plan. You can see the location of the waiting area and the massage rooms. The project is consistent with the general plan land use and with the recommended conditions of approval for noise and safety. It complies with all other elements of the general plan. And with that, the first finding of fact has been made. The second and third findings of fact relate to ensuring the use is not detrimental to the public or the environment and is compatible with surrounding uses and properties. The site has been in operation for 10 years without adversely impacting the surrounding use. As Ms. Zematitis noted, the police department and neighborhood services did not cite any major concerns. And the conditions put in place will ensure it operates in a responsible manner. With that, the second and third findings have been made. The fourth finding relates to ensuring adequate facilities exist for the use. As I mentioned, it has been in operation since 2012, and there are 70 on-site parking spaces. This will adequately accommodate patrons and the surrounding commercial center. And that is the fourth finding that has been made. There were no public comments received for this project. The other city department comments relate to standard conditions of approval that are typical for similar projects. With all that information and the staff report, with the recommended conditions of approval, staff recommends that the conditional use permit is approved. And I am available if you have any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Gropin. No questions at this time. At this juncture, I would like to invite the applicant, Ernest Wang. Please come forward, stating your name and address for the record, and also provide your presentation.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Ms. Velia and Ms. Sadie. And my name is Ernie. And first, thank you for your work on our application. And we have reviewed the staff report, the draft funding, and the proposed condition of approval. And we would agree all the conditions. And for the first condition, the proposed use will be consistent with the various elements and objective of the general plan. As a personal service land use which is allowed in the C3 zone, the use is consistent with the land use element, and the use will continue to be consistent with the general plan. The site is in a commercial area along East Colorado Street, which is suitable for this use, and satisfies all other elements of the general plan, including land use, circulation noise. The existing use is keeping with all the elements of the general plan of the city. And the second condition, the use and associated structure and facility will not detrimental of the public health or safety or general welfare or environment. The establishment maintains high professional standards. We have not and will not cause any detrimental effects to the public health or safety, the general welfare, or the environment as a permitted massage establishment. And the third condition, the use and the facility will not adversely affect or conflict with adjacent use or impede the normal development of surrounding property. No changes are proposed to the existing building on layout or floor plan. The approval of this conditional use permit will not impact the surrounding or create any conflicts with existing facility. And for the fourth condition, explain how adequate public and private facilities such as utility, landscaping, parking space, and traffic circulation measures are or will be provided for the proposed use. The massage establishment has been in operation since 2012, and our parking space utility are existing and are adequate for the existing establishment. With having the condition of approval will ensure that the business will continue to operate in a responsible and respectful manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have you reviewed the conditions of approval that were proposed?
Yes.
Do you understand all the conditions need to be complied with
Yes.
moving forward? Okay, and you've been the business owner and operator since 2021, is that correct?
2012.
You've been the operator since 2012?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. So I have no further questions. Do you have anything that you would like to add? No, all right. Thank you very much. With that said, there are no other speaker cards from the audience. Are there any callers?
No callers.
There are no callers, no other members of the audience that wish to speak, no need for a rebuttal. Based on public testimony and on the staff report and the proposed findings of fact and the conditions of approval, because the findings of fact can be made, I will be approving this conditional use permit for a renewal to allow the continued operation of the massage establishments with the set forth conditions. Thank you very much for coming. With that said, the planning hearing officer hearing of November 9th is closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.